Hey everyone, Roy Tsak here from BizDev Labs. In today's video, I wanted to go over one of the biggest mistakes sales and marketing teams make, especially now in 2022 when the market is completely changing and the way customers are buying is not the same as what it used to be 10, 5, 3 years ago. So what you see over here right in front of you in the infographic is two things. I broke down the market into prospects that are ready to buy now and prospects that aren't ready. And it's really that simple. Ask yourself, if somebody reached out to you and a specific problem, you might be open to chatting, you might not be, but the typical percentage is across 100 people, 7 people will be interested to chat, right? So you can message 100 of them, 7 of them will be like, fuck it. Yeah, let's talk. I'm curious to learn more. I actually have this problem. I've been looking for a solution. Thank you for reaching out. That is the industry standard across the board for most tech startups and stuff that they're seeing. I've worked with 25 companies and I've seen that to be the same, is that you reach out to 100 people, 7 will say yes. Doesn't matter how good your messaging is. Like maybe if your messaging is really good, it'll be 8 or 9 and you increase the percentage a little bit. But most people are not that open to chatting right away. Like you've never met me, you haven't heard of my brand, you haven't heard of my product, you have other things to worry about, you've probably thought about solutions in the past. So why would you speak to me, right? And that's why the percentage is so small. So what the biggest mistake is that's happening here is that most businesses focus on the left-hand side. They focus on trying to capture the 7% that might be interested, and they try to optimize for it. So they try to improve it. They try to like figure out personalization techniques and strategies to get more people's attention and all these kind of stuff, which is cool. And you might, again, you might increase it from 7% to 10%. But I would tell you that like, cool, like nice. So now you captured 10% of the market. Is that enough? Like, what about the other 90% or 93% of the market that you're not even like able to approach? You're not even selling or marketing them the right way, that they'll never come to you because of the short-term strategies that you're making and the kind of mindset you're going into it. And it is a mindset shift, because if you're reaching out to people that are interested right now, it's a complete different approach than reaching out to people that aren't. And they aren't interested because they need to be educated, they need to know who you are, they need to have like the relationship built and nurtured. They might be a timing issue. There might be a lot of reasons why they're not interested right now. And what I'm pushing companies to do is focus less on the 7%, because it's not that, like, maybe it's exciting short term, but like over time, what about the rest of the market that you're missing out on? You're not even tapping into them. Let's start focusing on the 93%, and let's start creating campaigns and marketing content and educational material to capture the 90% and 93% in the future. So over time, my strategy, or the strategy that companies implement that do care about the rest of the market, will scale. Because when you capture or create more demand in the market by educating and doing the right things, that scales over time and you're capturing more and more percentage. So you might be able to squeeze out a few percentage on the left-hand side from people that are ready to buy now because you're pushing a little bit harder than me. But what about over time, when I've been working the 93% to get their attention, and when the time is right and they've been educated, and when there is a need and when the pain is big enough, they'll come to me, which is why my pipeline will always be bigger over time. My pipeline will always scale, whereas most businesses cannot scale their pipeline, and it ends up staling because they're not able to tap up to a whole different side of the business. So just something to think about. This is the biggest pitfall that's happening. Most businesses aren't doing it properly. Most BDR teams are definitely not on the right track. So just something to think about, to consider. I would shift your entire BDR team perspective to like relationship building, to education, to sharing material that's valuable, to value-based messaging, to not push for a meeting, to push for other things beyond that, and to help and guide and advise your prospects and customers, not just sell to them. It's a complete different approach. Really like think about what you're doing and think about if it's valuable for them or it's valuable for you, because Most of the time, you're doing stuff because you have a quota and a goal, and your manager wants you to hit certain numbers, and your investors want meetings, all these stuff, but like your customers don't care. They care about themselves, and you should too. You should care about your customers more than your business. That's when you win. So do everything for your customers and they will come back. That's how it works. So good luck.